Here we go.
Well, hello there. It's Monday. I'm guessing some people have gone back to work. Some people may have one day off. I think our lot go back to school tomorrow. But anyway, we're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes, as we're not talking about the Jay Slaters case directly, but I suppose when you talk about people who have lost their lives in Tenerife and potential that there was the authority involvement in hiding what actually happened and trying to push it off as a tragic accident, you can't help but think about the Jay Slaters case, and that's exactly what Jordan's family did. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about this guy here. Now, straight away, when the Jay Slaters case sort of broke, there were people who have obviously had similar experiences who come forward, and one family in particular had turned around and said, look, there's so much I could say, but it just wouldn't help. It wouldn't help this family. And why is that? It's because they're sort of dealings with the Tenerife authorities surrounding their son's death was nothing short of an absolute fucking farcical disaster. So it says a family of a British man who died while on holiday in Tenerife have been told the cause of death could remain a mystery. Jordan Walchester, 24, from Stoke-on-Trent, was found dead on a beach in Playa de las Americas after leaving his holiday apartment to get some food and check his bank balance. But an inquest on Tuesday, Coroner Ian Smith discounted a report from Spanish authorities claiming that he had drowned. So there was huge inconsistencies in the autopsy. It was a complete and utter disaster. They'd basically originally stated that he had suffered from severe fatigue, fell on the beach, hit his head because it was severe head trauma, and ring any bells? And yeah, he drowned. He drowned due to a head injury. So, according to This is Staffordshire, Mr. Smith told the inquest, dealing with a death abroad is always a nightmare. In many parts of Europe, the investigative process is lacking what we have and what we have come to expect in the UK. I'm not satisfied and not convinced that Jordan died from drowning. Jordan had been on holiday with two friends, Lee Jones and Scott Wright. They were all due to fly home less than 24 hours following his death, after they had decided to cut what had already been a disastrous holiday short. The inquest, Mr. Smith called it an open verdict. So the thing what happens now, because this was left as an open verdict, they have to, if they want to contest anything or have anything looked into further, you have to get it to the High Court, but you have to provide evidence of foul play. And the downside is when all of the investigative process is done in a foreign country, it leaves you with a massive hole in the actual evidence and proof, because things can happen, like internal organs can go missing, for instance, and turn up later on, not with the body and stuff like that. And what am I talking? I'm talking about things that actually happened in this case. If we look over to here, this young lad didn't make it home either. I've included screenshots of his Facebook commemorative page. They mention about the sham autopsy. He was sent home with his organs followed after this. They said it was drowning, yet his lungs hadn't even been examined by the Tenerife team. And then when we go on to here, details listed in the Spanish report have now been proved to be untrue, and it seems that the easy route was taken and a story fabricated, conjured up by the Spanish in the hope to have passed Jordan's death off as a tragic accident. A young Brit holidaymaking with friends drowns due to alcohol, drugs. We now need this to go national and for people to see it, I believe, is the main point there. We, Jordan's family, now have an even bigger battle facing us, as we have received new information proving that the Spanish post-mortem report contained false information. A large amount of detailed and highly important medical information, details listed in the Spanish report, have now been proven to be untrue, and it seems that the easy route was taken. So that's what you've got. You've got literally got a case where a lad goes to Tenerife, ends up dead, and the authorities push it and pass it off as it was the victim's fault. Severe fatigue, poor decisions, head injury led to drowning, but nothing they did subsequently backed up that claim. So, like I say, this isn't so much a Jay Slater video. This is talking about a multitude of things that are now coming to light with respect of people going to Tenerife and falling victim to what their own all of these people are just falling victim to their own stupidity while surrounded in an environment that is nefarious at its core, because that's the problem. And these are the things why it's very hard to simply walk away from the Jay Slater case and accept this pushed narrative that Jay Slater is just this stupid teen who made stupid decisions and there was no aggravating circumstances surrounding his death. Now, what I am going to say is, look, things do happen, accidents can happen, and are we 100% sure that something happened in the Jay Slater case? Is it possible that he made the mistakes that he made that led to where he went? And you can't take it off the table. You physically can't turn around and say it's absolutely impossible that Jay Slater just made a series of poor choices. But it's when you look at the bigger picture and you look at cases like Jordan's here, where there's seemingly so many oddities around it that you question, is this just what Tenerife does when there is a situation in order to appease the onlooking eyes? They don't want to admit to the problems that they have because there'll be a degree of they don't want to lose the money that the influx of tourism brings in, and also there will be a degree of people who are making coin on it, so they don't want to bring too much attention from external forces, so that revenue stream is cut off. But there you go. Literally done a video the other day on another guy who had lost his life in Tenerife as well, and subsequently his family actually reached out to me, and even that was so much worse than what we thought it was. Again, we're talking about organs going missing, and the same thing mentioned in here. Jay Slater, again, we hear that the family didn't even see Jay Slater. They were told that he was in such a bad shape that it would be unwise to look at him, to see him. So, you know, it's a bit of a private question, personal question, but do we even know genuinely if the Slater family, any of them, were able to ascertain whether the body that was found was indeed Jay's? And I know that's going into the realms of conspiracy theory, and I would be sure, you would hope, that when the body was repatriated, certainly a higher level of satisfaction was acquired as to, is this who it's supposed to be? But it doesn't remove the issues that you have surrounding when Jay was found, where Jay was found, how Jay got to where he supposedly lost his life, and was there anything else involved? Will we ever know? It just seems to me that the more you dig into this place and the more you learn about the decades of Tenerife, there's just so many stones that are being unturned, with more stories such as Jay's coming out. How many skeletons are in the closet of Tenerife? Let me know down below, and I'll catch you all live later today.